Hi, it's Alaska Granny. We're continuing to have shipping delays, rising prices, shortages in the store. I don't know about you, but I recently went to the grocery store and I'm beginning to see empty spaces on all types of products. I'm also seeing that the less expensive products are gone, which only leaves you more expensive options, which can doubly affect the rising prices because now you are stuck buying a more expensive replacement for a food that you already have used and need to have more of in your prepper pantry or in your meal plan. So grocery shopping is becoming challenging, as are other products. If you continue to watch the news, you'll see that there continues to be problems at the Panama Canal. I did a video about that recently, and I'll put a link to that in case you're unaware of what's going on. And basically there's a drought as many ships are not being able to pass through and transit the Panama Canal. Since they can't have as many ships transiting the Panama Canal, they're having a backup of ships that are waiting, and it's coming up until several weeks. But then beyond the ones just waiting, there are some out in the transit lanes that are having to make completely new plans or wait even longer. The forecast is that shipping delays will continue clear past the Christmas shopping season. So if there are things that you're thinking about you would like to have for the next few months, it's a great time to start stocking up. So yes, only 5% of the shipping in all of the world goes through the Panama Canal, but about 40% that comes from Asia comes to the United States through the Panama Canal. So that definitely affects the trade and the things that we have. And while they're having not enough water, they're also talk of implementing water surcharges, additional charges to the ships to pass through, and a per container surcharge for each of those big box containers that's on the ship. They'll be charging an extra surcharge, which means everything that's being shipped is going to cost more. So what does that mean? That not only are things going to be delayed, shipping prices are going up, prices will continue to rise, and it could be critical that we make sure that we have some of the things that we need. What are some of the items that I'm stockpiling to make sure that I'll have enough for the next several months? We already know there have been problems with grains for a long time. So maybe by now you have stockpiled a lot of the longest lasting grains that you want to have for the longest term. Things like flour, pasta, those types of foods that we know can last quite a while. But maybe you want to think about the shorter term items and pick up some extra boxes of crackers. That's what I did. Buy a few extra boxes of crackers because I know that they'll last for several months. Crackers are going to go stale. They have all kinds of ingredients in them. So if you read the ingredients on your crackers and they have several other ingredients in them, plan to use them on the date on the box because they're just not going to last, and nobody wants to eat stale crackers. You can find crackers like saltines or pilot bread that can last longer because they have very few other ingredients in them or none at all. But think about the longevity of the food that you're stockpiling. Don't stock up on so many that you can't use them up in a reasonable amount of time because that's just wasteful. But yeah, crackers are going up. I was shocked that some of the crackers were now $6 a box, so I tried to choose ones that I like to eat but might be on sale. Another grain to consider stockpiling and buying a few extras for the next several months are boxes of cereal. Try to choose more healthy cereals and the fewer other ingredients in them. But I was shocked that a box of generic Cheerios was $4, and that was on sale. You used to be able to buy it for $1, $2, but now it was $4 for a box of generic Cheerios. So I don't know what the prices are where you are, but the Alaska generic Cheerios are becoming a luxury item. It's crazy. That's not the only cereal that's expensive, and so it's important that if cereal is something that you want, that you buy it while you can. It's usually during this back to school time that we find good deals on cereals, but maybe this year I'm either too late or that just is the best deal that we can find. So keep your eye out when you shop, that you're looking for items that are on sale that maybe can be a replacement to an item that you might want, but maybe you can't afford, so we need to find a less expensive option. Try some other varieties of grains like quinoa because it's a very healthy, very simple to prepare grain. It's versatile, and there's a lot of different ways that you can prepare quinoa. So look it over and see if it's something you want to add to your stockpile. Dairy prices have actually gone down a little bit. Cheese is expensive though, but I did buy another container of the Goshen Farms cheese powder because it's very versatile. It can last a long, long time. You can put cheese in the freezer, but then of course it becomes crumbly and it's not as good. So it's harder to have the fresh cheese that we might want. You might consider buying some of the powdered cheeses and seeing if that's something that you like and you want to have more of in your prepper pantry. If you buy the Parmesan cheese that comes in a canister and you can buy it where the pasta is, those can last for several years as well. I have a few extras. I always store them in the refrigerator before they're open. I mark which one is open and then I can rotate them from there. They seem to last longer that way than just in the pantry. If you have room, think about options of ways to store food to help it last longer. You want to store all of your food airtight in a cool, dark, dry environment to help it last the longest. And be careful about storing foods in paper packages, cardboard boxes, because if you have any kind of pantry bugs, any kind of critters, they can get into that. So keep an eye out that you don't get any kind of an infestation in your pantry. Fall is here. I stocked up on a few more cans of baked beans simply because they're versatile, they're delicious. You don't have to do anything except open them up, but you can toss in other ingredients and make a bigger, better meal. So that is an option of a quick and easy, yummy meal. But oh my goodness, the prices of beans, canned beans, are going up too. So look over what you can find and see what's a bargain and what's not. And let us know if you're seeing the rising prices like I'm seeing here in Alaska. It's very alarming, especially for people who are on an extremely low budget income and just don't have a lot of disposable income. It's going to be a lot harder for people with a limited grocery budget to continue to have food as prices increase. And that's why it is critical, then imperative, that you get some extra food now. Because if you think it's too expensive now, what are you going to do when the prices go higher? And that's one of my concerns, is that my income is not going up while the prices are rising and skyrocketing. And so I want to make sure that I will have enough. But my recommendation is, if you see something you think you might like, just buy one, take it home and try it. If you don't like it, you can buy something else. And if you do like it, you can go back and get more. Don't stockpile foods you don't know if you like it. You want to have your pantry full of foods that you enjoy eating. Why buy things you don't want to eat? That doesn't make sense to me, but a lot of people say, whatever, if you're starving, you'll eat it. I don't want to have to make that decision if I could fill my pantry with foods that I enjoy eating. And yes, I'm willing to eat things that aren't my favorite. In a day that you're already stressed out, wouldn't you rather have something that you like? Just think about it. We all want our little specialty items. We all want our comfort foods. And so fill your pantry with foods that can comfort you as well as nourish you. Next, think about canned meats. They come in such a huge variety. I always try to get a few more whenever I have the opportunity. Just think about the different varieties. You can get canned ham, canned roast beef, pulled pork, chicken, turkey, and you can also get all kinds of other spams, luncheon loaves, Vienna sausages, foods like that. I don't particularly like those. I do have some of them, but they're not my favorite, and so I don't have as many. There's also all kinds of seafoods that you can get. Crab, tuna, salmon, clams, and it's hard to find shrimp. I found some recently, but I used it up and I can't find any more. Can you find canned shrimp where you are? Let us know, because it really is a yummy change of pace. It's easy to add ingredient into your different meals that you want to make. Canned foods have long-lasting life on their cans. They can be in your prepper pantry for years past the date on them, but you still want to try to rotate your foods within a reasonable amount of time. But I'm not worried about having extra cans of meat that are far more than I would actually intend to eat in the next year or 2 or 3, because I know that they're going to last for 5, 6, even 8 years. I'm not concerned about that because it's a food that I know I want to have, I want to eat it, and I've never had a can of meat that wasn't still okay to eat because it rotted in the package. Think about the soaps and things that you use. I ordered another package of dishwasher tablets. I ordered the Presto dishwasher tablets from Amazon because they were such a good deal. But I don't like these kind of containers. They're hard to get your things out. They might tip over. Liquids could get spilled in them, and then they're not going to be okay. If your dishwasher packs get wet, then they're not going to be okay. So I have saved up one of the containers that I have, and I keep this in under the sink, and then I fill it up, and you can see there's several different kinds in there, because as I buy new ones, I take out what few are left, add the new ones in the bottom, and then place the ones back on top. So make sure that you have the soaps and detergents that you want. And then keep up on your dishes, keep your kitchen clean, keep your laundry done, because as times become more crazy, difficult, as we have concerning times, the last thing you want is your house is a mess and the power goes out, or the weather turns bad, the water stops running, and all you have are dirty clothes. And just keeping your day running smoothly, just like you want to have a budget and you want to spend along according to your plan so that you have the things you need and life is running smoothly. You want to keep your household running smoothly too. Then if you have a crisis, you can deal with that. Everything else is going along okay. You haven't compounded an emergency that you overspent by eating out, or your laundry piled up because you were just busy and then you're just too tired to do it, because you're still going to be busy and you could be even more tired when you look at the mountain of laundry or the mountain of dirty dishes. And so do a little bit every day to keep things organized, clean, and your whole life feels better because your area is clean and your life is organized, so you can have more of a calm in your life. We know there's going to be challenges and nobody knows what's coming, but we certainly know that we can prepare ahead of time. Think about the things that you use, have more of them on hand so that you can smooth the way for the challenges ahead. We know they're coming, we just don't know when or what they're going to be. So we want to be ready to have the best every day as long as possible. I hope you'll share my video with someone you think might enjoy it. Please like my video, and please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.